What's up, everyone? It's Saturday. That means the triangle has returned. I'm here with TJ Hopkins, Rivera. I'm David Huffman. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about college football. Hope you guys stay with us. You guys are going to enjoy the ride. First, NIU. So we have this emotional ride where we almost beat Ohio State, and then we come back and lose to Boston College without their starting quarterback. What do you guys think that means for our program and going forward in the future? And we played Central Michigan. Oh, we lost?
That was last season.
Oh, okay.
That was last. They got embarrassed at home.
That was homecoming too.
That was homecoming.
Oh, yeah.
Rawls.
Yeah.
Thomas Rawls, the same Thomas Rawls that's running all over Seattle, just destroyed NIU last year. Just to put that out there.
So, like, for NIU, is it just because the play calling is just too conservative, or is it because we don't have the personnel to compete with a team like a Boston College or Ohio State?
They could compete.
They could compete.
They could compete.
There's no reason we should lose to Boston College without their starting quarterback.
Boston College gave Florida State some go, though.
Florida State's in a transition period right now. I mean, they're coming
Florida
up.
State?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say transition because, I mean, they got Everett Golson who's been to the ship, and I mean, they got a pretty sick defense. They have pretty good recruiting.
Yeah, but they don't have Jameis Winston anymore. Like, they don't have a Heisman caliber quarterback anymore.
Well, it's college football. They're gonna re-up every season.
What I think it means for NIU is like it's still like this is every program, but like there's more work to be done. I mean, like you wanna show everyone that you can hang with the Power 5 conferences, but at some point, you got to say, okay, enough with just hanging around with the Power 5 conferences. We want to beat some teams like the upper echelon of the Power 5. Like, it don't mean nothing. Like, to me, it don't mean nothing if NIU beats Iowa or beats Kansas, like some weak team like that. From
it wouldn't have meant nothing if they would have beat Boston College.
Yeah,
either.
I mean, we
that's
wouldn't even,
in the same kind of group.
We wouldn't even be talking
Iowa.
about this game if we had beat Boston College. We wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, we would have been like, well, NIU's been the cream of the crop of the MAC. They've been the best team in the MAC for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
like that.
yeah. So I mean, and they went to the Orange Bowl. I mean, a few years back. I mean, you would expect them to beat Boston College just because.
But if NIU was talking about like changing conferences, you have to show that at some point you have to show that you can do more than just stick around with some of the best.
But I think no matter what conference we go to, like I don't think we'll be the top team of that conference. Like let's say we go to Big 12. Like we're not,
we won't be the top flight team.
I'm not saying that.
It'll take some time because
exactly,
we're gonna have to adjust to their recruiting as well. They're basically if they go to a Big 12. They're basically going to use the Big 12 is going to benefit us, off of the media, market in Chicago, but they're also going to benefit off of the recruiting in the Midwest.
And we're also going to get more TV time.
Right, and then exactly, and so NIU will benefit off of just being in the Big 12. They'll get higher rated recruits.
And not to mention we don't have the recruiting class of the big time, but we do have we have a pipeline out of Florida, we have a pipeline out of Alabama. We have a
Washington, D.C.
We had a pipeline out of D.C. We have a pipeline out of Texas. We get players from.
Got connections.
We got connections.
Yeah.
It's just
we're not getting their better recruits out of those states. We're getting their 2 and 3 star recruits out of those states, and which is cool, And you can also, Jimmy Ward, right? It was 3-star athlete, and he was a first-round pick. Same thing goes with the defensive end Larry Inglis, was a 3-star athlete coming out of Marmion in Illinois.
And then they got
first-round pick.
Doug Free
as well.
First-round pick.
So they turned, the MAC, even the guy Eric Fisher that came from Central Michigan, he wasn't a freaking
he's
4-star, 5-star.
He went number 1 overall.
But you got to think
that guy's on bust alert.
Look at Antonio
the guy
Brown.
He's not even starting.
If you go to the MAC, you know that you're gonna work hard. You're not gonna be a 5-star. You're not gonna be a 4-star. You're probably gonna be a 3-star, and you probably know you're gonna have to work your butt off just to get where you want to be.
But that's where that chip on your shoulder comes from.
I know, and it seems like that NIU doesn't have the people that have that this year.
You don't think so?
No, they don't. And then their main wide receiver, okay, Deron Brown was their big play threat last year. They don't have that this year. They had Kenny Galladay, but now teams are starting to realize, Kenny Galladay, they're doubling him, and Kenny Galladay doesn't have the speed that Deron had. And then you're thinking about now you're trying to use Tommy Lee Lewis more, and he's coming off of injuries, and he's not really that vertical threat that you want. So the way they want to play and the way they're playing,
injuries do that to you.
I mean, they're missing that guy to have to take the cap off the defense.
Their defense is the best in the MAC. I'll put that out.
I feel like if they would use more of that talent, like they have a kid on the team right now. He's a freshman. Like I believe he's a true freshman. He's not redshirt.
Wide receiver, his name?
Yeah.
Spencer Tears.
Spencer Tears.
Yeah, from Oaklawn Richards
High School. Like
4-star athlete.
The boy can ball.
Yeah, he's a great run blocker on the outside.
Dude can ball.
Yeah, they're not using him. They're not using him. I mean, they don't want to use him. And the reason why they don't want to use him, and that's the reason why. And that's almost the reason why the guy Landon Root left, man. The quarterback that was from Kansas, because they weren't even giving him any type of opportunity. They're just like, okay, Drew Hare's our guy, and I honestly think Drew Hare doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. I don't think he has it.
Well, let's hope they get back to
be successful
today.
Let's hope so, because
the last time we've lost 3 in a row.
I mean, they won the MAC last year, but when they went against Marshall, they got embarrassed. I mean, come on, man.
Marshall.
In order to put up,
Rakeem Cato put up freaking yards, man.
In order to compete against a team like Marshall, you got to score. You're not gonna beat a team like Marshall when you have 4 straight trips to the red zone and come up empty. Like I watched the game.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's 28 points right there.
Yeah, and I think I think after this year, I think Rod Carey's going to probably another school.
Think so?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get an offer from a bigger school.
His offense is just too conservative for me.
He's a coordinator.
I know it's not his offense.
It's Bob Cole's offense.
But it's just like, you think the coach will have some kind of override on the play calling, because it's just not. They don't take enough chances. Like
they also don't have that really good running back.
They don't have Michael Turner. They don't have
their Michael Turner. They don't have their Garrett Wolf. Staples of what NIU usually is.
We don't have
great running back.
Cameron Stingley.
Cameron Stingley. Joel. I like Joel Bonyon. He runs hard between the tackles. He can ball, but he's not what you typically want out of your NIU running back.
I kind of think like what they do is like they. Like, when they want to pound it, they give it to Bonio. When they want to,
finesse it.
When they want to finesse it, they give it to our Gerald Turner.
Exactly.
Like when they want to do some quick stuff, they have him in.
And they don't even use what's the other guy's name? I forget the other running back's name. If you guys could refresh my memory, here Draco. They haven't even used Draco this year. Draco Smith, and he was scoring a lot last year too at the end of the season.
So what does NIU need to do in order to get back on track? They need to
win.
I mean, just win. Winning cures everything.
Because they in reality they haven't lost a single conference game, so they're still in line to still win their conference.
I say, look, man, Drew Hare, he's been playing really good this season. I mean, but he just needs to play better. That's it. Just play better.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
He can't make that that mistake that cost him the game.
Yeah, exactly. You have to play better. You can't.
Don't get me wrong. Conservative ball, that's okay. But there's a time to be conservative, and there's a time to take that chance.
We will talk about conservative play later when we get to.
NIU also, they don't even use the tight end. No tight end play. There's no tight end going over the middle for an easy 5 to 10 yards.
Like a little
they
seam
use
route.
No tight ends. They use no fullbacks out of the backfield. They use a running back and 3 or 4 wide receivers, and they do the quarterback power. It's
getting to the point where our offense is predictable.
Basically, and that's how it was against Florida State in the Orange Bowl. Let's run a power 17 times with Jordan Lynch up the middle.
It's gonna work.
The best defense in the nation.
It's gonna work.
No.
It's gonna work this time.
It's gonna work. Yeah, Jordan Lynch's gonna bust one. He's gonna bust one.
It's gonna work this time.
No.
Their line is bigger than ours, but it's going to work this time.
That offense needs to change up a little bit.
All right, so we're going to switch over to Bama, Georgia. They're playing. It's a top 10 matchup. Bama's the underdog for the first time. I can't even remember the last time they were a dog in any game since Saban's been there.
Bama's been an underdog?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
When was the last time Bama was an underdog?
Well,
So they got Georgia. They got Nick Chubb, who's a Heisman candidate.
And Grayson Lambert, who's, if I'm not mistaken, in his last 2 games has only thrown, I think, 2 incomplete passes. I think he's thrown one incomplete pass his last 2 games. If I'm not, look that up for me, because it's like, yeah, he's had some crazy, ridiculous numbers his last 2 games.
And Alabama's going to try to bounce back.
After that Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, they're still kind of trying to bounce back. But
like,
I think this is the year that Georgia gets them.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, I'm not going to say there's a change in power.
I'm not going to say that either.
In the SEC, because like, as long as Nick Saban is in charge of Bama, Bama's going to always be there.
They're going to get the recruits. as long as Nick Saban's there, he's going to get the recruits to compete every season. Like, there's just no way that they're not going to compete. But I think Georgia's got it this year. I think they got the quarterback play. I think they got the running back. And I think they got the defense that can make it happen.
But Nick Chubb has 12 straight games of over 100 yards. Does that streak end today?
No.
No? He going to get his 100?
No,
yeah.
He's ready to go to the league now.
He getting his 100?
He's ready. Him and Leonard Fournette. I mean, the NFL.
But Fournette's not eligible yet.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Him
terrible.
and Nick Chubb, Fournette and Nick Chubb are ready to go to the NFL now.
Today.
I mean, they could start on a team in the NFL.
They could be the starting running back for the Browns.
Or the Rams or whoever needs a running back.
Whoever needs a running back.
And they can easily
Arizona.
get 70 to 100 yards. Easily. Especially Leonard Fournette, I guarantee you he could come off of college football right now, go to the NFL and get 100 yards in the game.
I bet he could play in college football and then play the next day in the NFL.
Exactly. That's how he's like a
Jackson
he's like a LeBron James physical freak.
Please don't compare people to LeBron James.
I mean he is.
Look at this guy.
How about the high schooler Dylan Moses? I don't know if you know Dylan Moses. He's
look at this.
He's like the number 1 recruit. He's like 16. He's being called the next LeBron James of football.
Oh, good.
Look at Fournette, man.
He reminds me of
there's people that compare themselves to LeBron James always end up eating their own words.
But check this out.
Ron Charles calls himself the LeBron James of the NFL.
And then he fumbles the ball
twice. Yeah, he fumbles the ball twice.
Anytime, Nick, when it comes to Nick Chubb and Fournette, when you have someone like Herschel Walker
being compared to you, a legend,
or giving you praise,
a legend,
you doing something right. Like Herschel Walker's like 50 in his 50s, and he look like he can still play right now.
Dude, he talked about coming back every couple seasons. Like you'll see, he'll pop
he,
up on he'll blip on the radar, but I think I'm gonna come back to the NFL.
Dude,
you look
at
at
Herschel Walker.
Yeah,
he's physically
dude shape.
He
can play right now.
Yeah,
I don't know about legitly.
Anytime someone
he'll knock somebody out. Though,
anytime someone like him give you some praise,
he's a boxer now.
You cold.
Yeah.
I
mean, anytime you're over 220 pounds, 6'2", and you're running kickoff returns for touchdowns, Mr. Fournette, you are the real deal. I'm sorry. And then you're getting 200 plus yards on SEC opponents. Wow.
All right, so if you had to make a pick, Georgia or Bama, I'm gonna take Georgia. I think this is the year that Georgia gets over the hump.
Georgia has a tendency not to show up in big games.
That's true.
That is very true. But
ever since Aaron Murray,
I've never seen Bama.
This team just doesn't look as focused as it.
This Bama defense isn't as good as it's been in years.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not as good. No.
I've never seen Bama this like.
Man, that Ole Miss game.
They got a chink
wild.
in their armor.
It was I just don't think their defense is even close to as good as it's been in years past.
I'm gonna roll with Georgia.
I'm gonna go with Alabama just because I think this week they'll get back on track. Nick Saban probably whipped them into shape.
I'm gonna go with Georgia. I think Nick Chubb is gonna be score too much to handle.
The man.
Score, TJ.
Okay.
What's the score?
Score?
Score.
I don't know. 35-28, Georgia.
I wouldn't go that high.
I wouldn't go that high. I'm gonna go 21-17. Bama.
24-21 Georgia.
24-21 Georgia. Okay.
All right, so good call by you last week, by the way, on that Texas Tech TCU game.
Y'all
Yes,
laughed
it
at
was.
us.
We did.
We did laugh at him.
They
We did
laughed
laugh at him.
But it ended up being a
great.
shootout.
Laughed
It
at
did end up being a shootout. And it was
So
very
another
close.
high
Texas
scoring,
Tech almost won. Like they
know.
on the last play, they could have won.
and then another high scoring team playing Texas Tech, Baylor.
Let's see. I think I said it before. Baylor's averaging 64 points a game. Texas Tech is averaging 53.8. We gonna round that up to 54.
I think the spread was like, what did you
The
say?
spread, the spread for that game is like 89 points, like 89 or 90.
I'd probably take the over on that.
Like over under.
Like I'll take the over on 80 points.
I mean, anytime you got an Art Briles team, Baylor, they're going to score a lot of points. Texas Tech, Kingsbury, he's a prodigy of Mike Leach, who used to be the old Texas Tech coach for so long. And now he's, I forget where he's at now, Mike Leach. He's
Washington State.
Washington State, yes. He's on the Cougars. Anytime you got those two, those two guys, the prodigy of Mike Leach and Art Briles team, they're going to score 50 points a game all year long.
And
Pass-heavy
not
offenses.
to mention the Big 12 is
Big 12 is not that
exactly
great.
a defensive powerhouse.
TCU is going to come out of the Big 12. It's going to become,
I think
between Oklahoma and TCU. Baylor.
I mean,
Yeah,
And-
they're about second probably.
And that
on
Texas
the
Tech
poll.
quarterback,
a long second away.
Patrick Mahomes. That dude opened up a lot of eyes
Yeah, Texas Tech.
last week.
But the problem with Texas Tech quarterbacks, I mean, they pass the ball like 60 times. So I
So
mean,
you gotta have them numbers.
you're gonna have like 400 yards. I mean,
it's like it's like we used to talk about like NBA players and like scoring a lot of points. You're like, yeah, he's gonna score because he plays a ton of minutes. Like if you're on the court for 40 out of 48 minutes, you're gonna have a lot of offense. Like you're gonna have a lot of touches on offense. There's no way that you're not going to.
unless your name's Luol Deng, you don't score over 20 points.
Whoa.
I mean, Luol
Stick to the
Deng.
subject. Stick to the subject.
Whoa.
But
We don't bash Luol Deng on the triangle. He's off limits.
We had for another discussion, but
there's a lot.
plays a lot of minutes and didn't score that many points and played okay defense.
But there's a lot of people that think Baylor's defense, like, cause Baylor got some guys on their defense that are just straight monsters, like Sean Oakman.
Yeah, I was just gonna say his name. That dude is like 6'8". He's a physical freak.
He about 6'8", 270.
He's like the King Dunlap of defensive ends.
That's a grown man.
Except King Dunlap, is getting old. He's
The problem
getting
with
up
those
there
guys in the
and
NFL
slow,
is like when
big.
they're always that tall, they don't always project into the
Oh,
NFL.
Sean Oakman, he gonna project.
Because they don't have
good pad
they
level?
can't get they can't get low enough
Yeah,
to
pad level.
He gonna
Yeah.
project.
But I mean, look at Julius Pepper, 6'6". I mean, he panned out.
But he's,
Sean Oakman isn't a fit Julius Peppers though.
no.
We're gonna throw that out there. Sean Oakman, it's like if he comes in there, he's basically a project because he hasn't really been playing organized football for too long.
It's like that.
He's only been playing
it's
organized
like,
football for like 6 years.
It's
Something
like
like that.
onside.
Yeah.
So they drafted him as kind
Yeah,
of a project.
Ziggy Ansah too. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
But you
he
still
was-
can't don't underestimate the guy. Like, the guy's a monster.
I mean,
I'm
he's
sure-
gonna
I'm
be
sure-
crazy good on tip passes.
I'm
I
sure
mean, he's
in-
gonna tip a lot of passes at
I'm
the
sure in
line.
college he's going to be dominant, but I don't know if he can.
He's
like,
not even that dominant in college, Sean Oakman. I mean, so like you look at his measurables and you think that he's gonna be like a 10+ sack guy every season. He hasn't been that guy since he's been.
Well, I mean,
Baylor.
their offense,
His
their
measurables are crazy though.
A lot of the Big 12 stuff is like getting rid of the football fast. Don't let the pass rushers have
So
the
like,
time to
so
develop
you really,
that.
so you really
Yeah.
don't see that.
So
in
you
the
don't see like the big pass rushing numbers because the ball is just
like the
out
big-
of there so fast.
like that 7 seconds or less. That.
Yeah, like that spread offense.
Yeah, that comes from the Big 12. Yeah.
But
They messed up college football.
who you
the
picking?
Big 12 personally.
Who you pick?
Because they brought all those offenses. They brought
Who you
all the
picking?
spread offenses to the. Who am I picking?
I'm taking Baylor.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Baylor on this
70
one,
to
man.
54 Baylor.
70 to 54. We're talking about college basketball scores here.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm gonna pick Baylor too. I think Baylor's at the crib this weekend, so I'm picking Baylor. I think it's gonna be closer than what than 70 to 54, definitely.
Let's go 100 to 101.
A little Chamberlain.
I'm picking Baylor 63-55.
63 to 55.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Baylor. I'm gonna go Baylor 53-50. Then I don't know how they're gonna get 50.
But they gonna find a way.
They'll figure it out.
They gonna hit 47 and kick the field.
Or it might be 51, 50. Yeah, I'm gonna go 51, 50, 54.
All right, so now we're gonna talk about Notre Dame and Clemson.
Oh yeah,
So that's a
Fighting Irish, baby.
big matchup.
Another big matchup. Another top 10.
The Clemson. So they were having a lot of conversation about, is Clemson a power in college football?
I like
Clemson is
Deshaun Watson.
Clemson is a pipeline.
Deshaun Watson's pretty
Clemson's
good.
always been like on the fringe of being like a dominant team, but they always have that one loss that ends up derailing their entire season, and it happens every season.
Well, the last couple times it's been Florida State.
Yeah, but they're always like in that conversation for like if they can win these certain games, they can be like a push for a national championship team because they always have a lot of talent, and then they always end up losing that game.
This is the game that'll put them over the hump.
If they're gonna win a game to put them in that picture,
It still might come between them and Florida State though.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
like Stephen A. Like I think this was like last year. Like Stephen A. Smith said on First Take, like what's going on with Clemson and why they can't win a national title? Because when you look at the receivers that they have put in the NFL the past 3 years, with Sammy Watkins, the guy that's
DeAndre Hopkins,
the guy that's on Pittsburgh, I can't think of Martavius Bryant.
suspended. But it's neither here nor there.
But it's like when you look at that crop, if I'm not I don't know if they were at Clemson at around the same time.
I mean, DeAndre Hopkins and Sammy Watkins definitely were.
Yeah, I know they were.
Sammy Watkins and Martavis Bryant all played together.
All three of them was at Clemson.
But the problem is
they were at Clemson at the same time.
They didn't have the quarterback play. They never have the quarterback play. They got Taj Boyd. They had Taj Boyd, but he's not really. I mean, he's a nice player, but he's not an NFL quarterback. No, dude, no.
But it's like when you look at that talent, it's just like you would expect when you have
Andre Ellington,
running back. Yeah,
he
always hurt.
was always a running back. Yeah, he was pretty good at Clemson.
So it's like I don't know if I don't think this year is the year for Clemson,
but the thing is, like every year we have this. Like people talk about this with Clemson.
But it's not just like Clemson's not that only school. It's like, all right, this is the year. But it's like it just so happens that it happens to. Like,
a lot of teams.
It happens to a lot of teams, but it just so happens to Clemson more often because of who they are. Like, it's Clemson.
I mean, they're on the national stage a lot. And they have big games all the time, and like they always seem to have that. They never.
But
show
sometimes
up.
I think lately they be on the national stage because of Dabo more or less. Their coach
now.
Their coach like
he's like week.
He's like he does like something. He's pretty famous. He's pretty fond personality wise to the media. So they pretty much gauge on him,
I feel like he's the Rex Ryan of college football.
I think so too, because he makes these comments that are just what?
He gives you that vibe. He has that much personality.
Yeah,
it's like he's the Rex Ryan of college football.
Yeah,
I do like Rex Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Dabo Swinney's definitely he enhances Clemson's mystique.
I don't know how Notre Dame's quarterback situation is.
Deshaun Kaiser, he's pretty good. He showed us a little something.
The reason that Notre Dame is a power is not because of their offense. Their defense is top flight.
Yeah, it's Notre Dame.
I mean,
Notre Dame's been the powerhouse.
Their running backs are pretty good too.
It's Notre Dame.
I mean, yeah, they haven't had a running back that's panned out anything in the NFL.
I mean, like back in the day, Notre Dame was the only game on TV.
You mean Cool Joe? They had Cool Joe.
You remember that? Like we went around them.
Cool, Joe Montana.
Yeah,
we
went around.
No.
No, they didn't have Elway was in Stanford.
Yeah.
They had Tim Brown.
We won around for that time, but like back in the day, Notre Dame was the only game people watched.
Yeah, I mean, but still change. Like they're not.
Still to the day,
Tony Rice.
Still to this day, Notre Dame was the only game.
The national championship team was pretty good. They had Tony Rice, Tim Brown, all those guys.
Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer.
If I had to pick,
eventually,
I'm picking Clemson this
Jerome
game.
Bettis was Notre Dame running back, probably their most famous running back to ever play.
I'm picking Clemson for this game.
I'm gonna take Clemson too. I don't know. I'm not a big Notre Dame fan, so I'm gonna use a little.
I'm going Notre Dame, man.
I'm picking Clemson 28-27.
The defense is too good, man.
I think it'll be like 18.
No, I think it's gonna be.
No, I think Clemson's at home.
35-14 Notre Dame.
Whoa.
Yeah, just picking a straight blowout.
35-14. Just because I feel like Clemson's not going to get on track offensively. Notre Dame's defense is just going to shut them down from the get-go.
This is
one of the best defenses in the nation.
This is what this is what I think that's going to happen. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Clemson's at home. Clemson's going to come out the gate swinging.
They're going to miss.
They're going to come out swinging. They're going to put up some points. They're going to put up some points. Notre Dame going to have that luck of the Irish at the end of the game like they always do, but they're going to come up short this time, 28-27. Clemson's gonna walk out with that W.
I think Clemson's going to win. I think it'll be close. I think it'll come down to like a final possession or something. So we're going to transition now over to the NFL.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the game that happened on Thursday.
Oh,
And
man.
we're going to discuss, is Josh Goby, is his days
Josh
numbered?
Noby.
Is his days numbered in Pittsburgh?
He's
And do you think it's entirely his fault they lost the game, or is there more? It's more.
Well, he played a part. He played a part in them losing.
If he makes one of those kicks, they win the game.
If he makes one of those kicks, they win the game.
But what'd you tell me? Like before he missed those two, he made
Two others.
He made two others. I don't. Do you know the distance of the two?
They were
he
like in
made?
the 40 yards.
Michael Vick played. They had a pretty
So,
good
like,
game
round-
plan
They,
for
they
Vick.
were
So-
so conservative with Vic. Like
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were.
understand. I don't understand.
He's
like
not accurate though. There was a couple throws that he missed
You
in the
can-
overtime to
yeah,
Antonio
yeah.
But you,
Brown.
but you can also
One of them was
you
on
can
the
also
reception.
credit that
man,
to
I get
lack
another
of reps.
thing. That record Antonio Brown had done.
Where he's got
five catches and 50 yards.
like he
receiving.
had it was
Yeah.
80. Like he had a record of like
Yeah, it was like 3 straight seasons or
it
something.
was like 5 catches. Like he had
5 catches and 50
It was like
yards.
some crazy amount of games where he had at least 5 catches over 80 yards.
It's gonna be
50,
like it's gonna be like
80,
that till
50,
Ben Roethlisberger comes back. Cause Michael Vick is not. He's just not accurate.
Dude,
anymore.
he was a little bit
Not accurate at all.
But,
He's never been.
But you have to think about, like-
Michael Vick. That's what he like. He's got a big arm, so
He's
he's
got
like
a
take.
ridiculous big.
Yeah, like
He's got a
use
ridiculous
use
arm.
that Michael Vick things that Michael Vick does well, and use it and develop it in your offense because he's an NFL quarterback. There's no like. I don't think
And
he's
you
a
have to-
starter, but he's an excellent backup.
And-
You bring a Michael Vick in
Like,
because of
look,
what he does.
You say he's not like I can.
I don't think he's a starter.
I can
in the
name
NFL
10
anymore.
teams right now. Mike Vick can start for
Go.
right now. Right
Go.
now. Chicago, Philly, Houston, Oakland, Cleveland,
Derek Carr, no.
Oakland, Cleveland,
No,
Jacksonville.
I gotta disagree.
How y'all
with
cutting
you.
me off? Why y'all
All right,
cutting me
keep
off?
going. All right, come on, name 10.
Okay.
What am I at? 6 right now?
Yeah,
Who did I just say?
Arizona.
Jacksonville.
No, Carson Palmer.
Don't distract him. Come on, let's go. Name another 10. You got 4 more.
Minnesota, because I
All right.
I don't have faith in Bridgewater. The Jets,
Oh, definitely the Jets.
Oh, okay.
just bring them back.
Even the Bills, he could start over Tyrod Taylor.
That's
Oh,
9.
okay, all right,
I
one
put
more.
this list on Twitter last night. I swear to God I did.
All right, one more.
I had it. I just had it.
He can start from the Texans.
I
Yeah,
said
and that's
them.
at the.
Say Houston.
I said them.
You can start for Tennessee.
Yeah, he could definitely start
Maybe.
for Tennessee or Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you can add either one of them.
All right. Well, okay. Well,
He can start for St. Louis.
Yeah, there we go. That was my 10-10.
all right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. I mean, some of those are debatable. I mean, I wouldn't,
I wouldn't
start.
say
if I-
Oakland though. Derek Carr
Oakland.
is gonna
Okay,
be
that might be the
special
Derek,
arm talent.
Derek Carr is
That
going to
might-
ball all over Chicago.
That might-
He's really good.
that might be the only quarterback controversy.
And I have
if
the
that
guy
ever was to happen.
and Blake Bortles. I would rather have him than Michael Vick right now.
Yeah, I mean, Vic
I don't
Vic
think-
is
you know
not as
what?
fast. He turns the
You
ball
can
over
tell
too
he's-
much.
You can tell Michael Vick doesn't have that.
He
that
doesn't have the legs
explosion
anymore. No, he doesn't.
Like, it
Because
was like-
otherwise, he would have got the first down.
Yeah.
When it's 4th and 1. Come on now.
How
You
do
run
you-
a
but
scramble on the
here's
outside
the-
for Vic. He's getting it.
Here's the thing, like in that situation, how do you not give it to Le'Veon Bell?
I know,
Like,
in this-
what is
man,
with
the
the
way-
play? What is with the play calling? Like you have Le'Veon Bell, who is like the man.
By the way,
but if you're Pittsburgh, and you're playing Baltimore, you're playing your rival. Don't you think Baltimore's thinking, all right, they're gonna give it to Le'Veon? Don't you think that?
I like Tomlin because
Don't
he
you think
made
Pittsburgh's thinking that,
aggressive
like-
decisions.
Wait, what aggressive decisions?
He made
Like,
an
I-
aggressive decision to go for it on 4th down twice.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
to win the
think
game.
I don't think the rollout was a
Not good play
bad
call.
call. I just think
I think he got blown up by the Ravens. They just blew it up. They just diagnosed
they
it.
messed
it wasn't the
It wasn't-
rollout.
it
The
wasn't
rollout
okay.
wasn't a bad call
It wasn't
at all.
It wasn't a bad play call, but it was just diagnosed way too
I
fast.
thought that
Exactly.
rollout, that 4th and 1 where they rolled Michael Vick out to the left side and try to pick up 1 yard was a stupid call. Everybody in the place knew it was going to Vick. Everybody knew
No,
it.
everyone thought that mother was going to Bill.
No,
That's why
everybody
went
knew
to
it was
Vic.
going to Vic. No, everybody knew it was going to Vic. I was like at the TV. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a rollout. This is gonna be a quarterback rollout for Vic to run it for a yard. I knew that they weren't gonna give it to Bell because he just got stuff to play before, so they weren't gonna give it to Le'Veon Bell
I don't know. I just
because
the
they still
Steelers
think
needed-
Vic can get to the outside and turn the corner. He can't.
So what is the projections for these teams? Like if you were
they'll be okay. I think Pittsburgh will be good.
Pittsburgh,
they'll be okay.
The rate, well, I guess more for. I think Pittsburgh will bounce back.
Like,
they got to weather the storm for a couple more games.
Look, honestly, it's a 2-team division right now. It's the winner of that division is going to be either Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, probably.
I feel like if Baltimore would have lost this game last night, they're done.
They may be done anyways.
And you're right.
I think 3 teams
anyway.
might come out of that division. In the playoffs. I
Mm.
think Baltimore will get back on track.
But Mike Vick can hold it down until
he can hold it down until Big Ben comes back. He didn't turn the ball over last game.
Not to mention, he's gonna have 10 days to prepare.
Exactly, because he was playing on a short week.
Yeah, so Big Ben got injured, and you have the short week before the Thursday night game, so you don't have the time to initiate as much of the systems as you would in now. Like Michael Vick's gonna have a whole new understanding of this offense.
I mean, how about that? But in another swing,
Bryant comes back next week.
Exactly.
I mean, in another swing. Oh, and that bodes well for Vic because he can throw the deep ball very well.
And Martavis Bryant and him had like a little bit of a rapport in the preseason. Like they were playing.
Like
they
Mike,
played together. They
like Mike Vick's first pass was Bryant. It was a 63-yard pass. His first pass.
Martavis Bryant is big time.
It was preseason, but still.
By the way, watching that game and when you watch, I don't know about you guys, but with me, I watched Le'Veon Bell. I'm like, this guy runs so graciously.
Yeah,
and
Le'Veon,
it was so smooth.
It's so smooth how he runs the football.
Like, it was like
it's almost. I almost get so excited just as much as watching him and Adrian Peterson. It's like 1A and 1B to watch them run the football.
But like watching that game, it was like the tale of two different running backs because, like you said, Bell was running so gracefully. It's like Bell was running how. Like if you want to show high school running backs how you run in the NFL,
patiently.
You put that video up.
Oh my goodness, he is.
But
so
then you
patient.
got Justin Forsett. He just ran like he was mad.
I know the hole's open. I'm going through that hole.
He was so he ran like he was angry.
But yeah, because Joseph Forsett has been catching a lot of flack for his play.
He ran like he was like
he ran mad. He was a man on a mission.
Joseph Forsett is
like it was like legit to tell the two different running backs.
There's been a lot of conversation about the Lawrence Otello Farrell if he's like. Should he take over the job?
But also, you know what?
You know what? Like not on this day. This is still my job.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what?
Like,
also was messing up Pittsburgh as well. Those last few plays, because I mean they were doing pretty good at bringing the pressure on Joe Flacco. But when they were doing the running plays, you know, they were bringing like edge blitzes, and it was leaving the middle wide open for Justin.
But you gotta remember the steel curtain is not. The steel
Dick
curtain.
LeBeau's not there no more.
Yeah, he's not.
The steel curtain's not the steel curtain we're all used to.
That defense isn't what the defense like we talked about. That defense isn't
like when you think Baltimore.
Like all of those guys that were there are all gone. The
like,
only one left is
Dick LeBeau's at now.
Tennessee.
Like when you think Baltimore, Pittsburgh, you think smash mouth, grind it out. It's gonna be nasty. They're gonna be some big hits.
Because
not anymore.
I mean, Baltimore doesn't have that defense either anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, they got Jimmy Smith, who's a nice core the Bears should have kept, but
this
is neither here nor there.
But it's and Pittsburgh, like they're trying to get their defense back. Like
speaking of the Bears,
like they're trying to.
Can we talk a little bit about the Bears? They're tanking already week 4.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know if necessarily the trades that the Bears made is.
Are they even helping the team?
Jared Allen was vastly overpaid for what he is as a player, and he wasn't doing a darn diddly poo.
Let me think. Look at
dude,
you gotta build your defense around your players. You can't just come in with a scheme and be like, you're gonna fit into this scheme.
But let me. That's the problem. That's the problem. Like Jared Allen's been in the league how long? Like what? 12 years? 12, 13 years. He's been.
Old man River.
Be nice.
Sorry, dude, man. That guy was the guy got super paid and he's never lived up to that contract.
He's been
a 3 technique.
He's a Hall of Famer.
No question about it. He's been a 3 technique his whole career. He's been a hand in the dirt guy his whole career. He's got 134 career sacks with his hand in the dirt. You tell him out of nowhere, play this 3-4, play that outside linebacker.
Nah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, I know.
It's not gonna work. So 2 years in Chicago, would I like to see him stay? Of course. I
don't care.
Of course.
I wish we didn't have to pay as much of that contract, but I guess it really doesn't matter.
When I found out and some of my guys on Twitter broke it down for me, he really didn't do anything. He didn't fit the scheme. I was like, well, okay, the trade makes sense. And with all the trades that they have made,
the Bears now have 9 draft picks for 2016.
And we will waste because we don't draft players well. Anyways.
And no, but I mean, their problems go much deeper to me than just that player personnel. It goes much deeper. It goes to the ownership. The McCaskies, they're too nice of people. People say it. Bears historians said when Papa Bear Hallis, gave the team to Virginia McCaskey. I mean, it was almost like a mistake because then she doesn't know anything about football. She gave the team basically to her sons, and they know nothing about football.
Well, that's why we have a GM.
I know, and then they hire GMs that know nothing about football. So
I think the guy they have in place now is going to be.
I don't know.
I think the guy.
They wasted so many years with Jerry Angelo. Is it Phil Emery now?
No,
it's
Phil Emery's gone.
Ryan Pace.
Yeah,
Ryan Pace now.
Ryan
Pace is okay from St. Louis. He's all right.
No, New Orleans.
But he used to be St. Louis though, right?
I don't know, but he was something involved with New Orleans. He was like the man.
Before New Orleans, he was in St. Louis, I think.
Possibly.
But at least Jerry Angelo brought us the monsters of the Midway. At least with him, our defense was top 3.
I'm telling you right now, the Bears are the worst team in the NFL right now.
I mean,
There's
that
nobody
85
worse than
Bears
us.
team, that 85 Bears team was the last team Papa Bear Hallis created. And then after that, and McCaskey, and he died, and his granddaughter took over. Then they sucked for so many years.
I mean, we would have won that 06 Super Bowl if Rex Grossman won the quarterback.
Well, and
we
this is the problem. That's why I say it goes much deeper. So many,
that didn't help at all.
So many times people kept telling them Rex Grossman is not the guy. Go get a quarterback.
And they didn't cover Reggie Wayne.
How many times did they pass up on great quarterbacks in drafts?
I don't know.
That they could have got?
Well, I mean, we have notoriously drafted quarterbacks poorly. I mean, look at all the guys we drafted, like Cade McNown, who was like this mega bust. And you know what I'm saying?
Cade McNown, oh my goodness.
Like the Bears just don't.
Curtis Enos
at
running back.
They don't draft well. You're saying we're trading for all these picks, but we don't do a good job drafting players.
We'll see.
It's just.
Chris Williams.
Dude, we have bust after bust after bust after bust after bust. And then Rashawn Salam,
Rashawn Salam, he was pretty good his first couple years. Then he couldn't stay off the weed.
Yeah. Then he started fumbling every time he touched it.
Yeah. Fumbleitis. All right, let's go on to the next. We can talk forever about the Bears.
How much yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about first the game in London. Jets, Dolphins. Real quick.
First of all, I will still be sleeping when that game goes on.
It's on at 8:30.
I will not watch that game.
I might be up.
I may catch the end of the fourth quarter.
I may not catch the end of the fourth quarter. I may just catch the highlights when I turn the TV on at 11.
If there are any highlights, because I'm sure it's gonna be low scoring.
Yeah.
So take your pick, John. Do you you remember a couple seasons ago where people were actually talking about the NFL was thinking about putting teams in London permanently?
Which makes no sense.
At all. It's a soccer.
I would put a team in Toronto before I put a team in.
Yeah, man, they should have a team in Toronto.
I would put a team in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto, Canada first.
Yeah.
I'll
they
put
played
a team
different brand of football out there. Though.
Like an NFL team in Toronto.
I don't know, man. Really?
Yes, the market is huge.
They're right there by New York.
Toronto is a big.
That's a big market.
Look at the Raptors, man. They've been ever since Drake started, messing around with that
team.
The
Blue Jays, look at
They should just take the Toronto Argonauts from the Canadian Football League and make them an NFL team.
I don't think that'll work.
I'll put a team.
I mean, they play that weird brand of football in Canada where they have 13 men. And then their end zone is extended.
The fields are so much bigger.
And you can also run.
You could run you can when you do motion you could go behind the quarterback, run around the running back.
I put a team in.
I would say I put a team in Vegas.
They can't have a team in Vegas because of gambling.
I know.
Oh,
but I think the problem with Miami.
I was always curious why they don't have a team in Vegas. But
yeah, me too. I kind of feel like with Miami, when Miami gets on track is when Ndamukong Suh gets on track. The guy hasn't.
I think it'll be at this game.
He hasn't done nothing this season. He only has 7 tackles so far this season. 0 sacks. Yeah, they paid him all that money and he ain't got 1 sack.
I think he's gonna get it this season or this week. I think.
Are you calling him the Albert Hainsworth?
No, not yet.
Not yet. He might get there.
Someday.
Someday.
If he eats his way out of the league, we'll call him.
I don't think he'll eat his way out of the league like Albert Hainsworth. But wow, I don't think he'll be that much of a bust.
No, I'm just saying, dude. That's what happened to Albert Hainsworth. He got paid a shit ton of money, and then he used all that money to buy food.
Language mediator.
It's crazy because it's like Sue is this crazy talent, and it's just like
he's a head case.
Like
he makes dumb plays.
It's like, dude, if you
after the whistle,
like if you like if you stop the dumb plays and you just like realize your full potential, you would be. Like people wouldn't talk about J.J. Watt the way they do if Ndamukong Suh had that drive. I don't think Ndamukong Suh has that drive.
I think people talk about J.J. Watt because he could like play. Like if he wants to be a tight end, a really good tight end,
he could. If he wanted to play running back, he probably could.
Right, he's athletic freak.
But it's like
no. But I think that stuff, that other extracurricular stuff with Ndamukong Suh, I think that fuels what he is as a player, and I think it's like some of his like. I think it makes him what it is. I think he needs to have those plays in order to fuel why he's such a good player.
People call him a dirty player. Like
he's a dirty player.
He is a dirty player. He's definitely a dirty player. It's not even close. He's the dirtiest player in the league. Yeah,
probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Who would you say who's the dirtiest player in the league? Like, just by looking at the league.
I don't know. It's probably him or Brandon Merriweather. It's always been questionable.
I used to always think Cortland Finnegan was like the dirtiest
player in the league. He used to like by Andre Johnson.
Yeah, he used to like punch people in the ribs, and
then Andre Johnson gave him a 1-2 piece, and Cortland Finnegan retired.
Yeah, he was on the Rams, so now he's not in the league. So. I don't know. I mean, Brandon Merriweather, him. I don't know. Yeah, Ndamukong Suh's probably the dirtiest player.
Hey, man, like.
All right, take a pick.
Most notably,
I'm taking the Dolphins.
I'm going with the Jets.
I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to take them.
I'm going with the Jets. Their defense is big time.
Okay. If Brandon Marshall don't make
if Brandon Marshall doesn't make a stupid play like he did last week, they'll win.
Next? Jacksonville
and the Colts. Andrew Luck probably very doubtful.
Sweep it up. Shoulder. Sweep it under the rug.
Shoulder.
Yeah. So Matt Hasselbeck is going to start probably.
Who?
Matt Hasselbeck, the relic.
Wait, for real? Matt Hasselbeck
is still playing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Andrew Luck might be a game time decision.
He's practicing though.
They signed another quarterback yesterday, like Josh Johnson. You remember Josh Johnson?
Yeah.
He was the guy from the Buccaneers a couple seasons ago. But they signed him yesterday, and you don't sign a veteran quarterback like that unless because normally you just promote somebody from your practice squad into. So I don't think
Pride and Joy at San Diego University.
I don't think Andrew Luck's gonna play. I think it'll be Matt Hasselbeck, and I still think they'll win the game.
Well, I mean,
you think Jacksonville's that bad?
No. I think Matt Hasselbeck is a smart player, and I think he'll use his weapons. I'll utilize his weapons.
Look, Dante Moncrief, he's gonna get open in a seam, one or two plays in.
I mean, and Jacksonville doesn't exactly have shutdown corners anymore. Exactly. They don't have Rasheed Mathis in them anymore.
Nah.
You know, like
people like that, I guess.
Yeah. I'm taking the Colts.
Colts, we're gonna sweep it under the rug.
Okay, Giants, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo. No shady.
No shady. Carlos Williams.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo.
I'm still gonna take Buffalo.
I like
that defense.
I like that defense.
I don't like the Giants defense. I think their defense is terrible.
I like their offense is like they could score points though. They could put points on the board.
Yeah, but they're not going to beat Buffalo.
No, they're not.
Tampa Bay and the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina.
I'm taking Carolina.
Yeah, sweep that under the rug too.
I don't think it'll be close.
Yeah, Cam Newton has
Cam Newton
crazy good stats.
They're talking about him for MVP.
Yeah, he's got I don't know what his stats are against Carolina. I think they're he's got 10 touchdowns against Carolina with no turnovers.
I don't want to
against Tampa Bay.
MVP, just letting you know.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
It's
Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to be.
If Aaron Rodgers be played like this, he'll win.
MVP unanimously.
They're talking like he has. Of course, he has that potential, but it's like.
Yeah, I mean, he's played very good in the games that they've.
He's getting a lot of flack for talking about how Ed Ockley said.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what
We're
it is.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Philadelphia and the Redskins.
Philly.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Depends on which Washington team shows up.
It
really does.
I'm gonna take
and it depends on which Philly team shows up. If that Philly team that played against Dallas shows up.
If Philadelphia loses this game, their season is over.
Yeah, Philly's not as good as they used to be. DeMarco, I mean, what's the point of signing DeMarco Murray?
If you're gonna have him running from,
he's probably not gonna play.
Why DeMarco Murray? Why did you leave a great situation in Dallas?
Money, bro.
It's
money. What is a great situation?
Money makes the world go round.
Are you taking the Eagles?
I'm taking the Eagles. Yeah, they're gonna come on top. They're playing Washington. If Washington could limit the turnovers in the red zone like they did against, because I mean, every time their running backs are about to, stretch the ball over the plane, they kept losing it. Come on. I mean, if they could show up, if Kirk Cousins, I mean, that's just a freaking, that's a laughable situation.
Oakland
right there.
and the Bears. I'm gonna take Oakland
Of course you
by a
are.
lot. I think, dude. The Bears defense is so bad, dude.
I'm going with Chicago.
I can't imagine
I'm
going
with Chicago on this one.
Jimmy Clausen's probably gonna start again. Like Jimmy Clausen is not an NFL quarterback. Like he should not be in the league. Yeah,
Alshon Jeffrey's not gonna play. So Martellus Bennett. I mean, the Raiders have given the most they've given up the most touchdowns to tight ends this season. So Martellus Bennett is due to have a monster game.
Gonna see a lot of
The
Martell.
Bears
a lot of Martell Bellis and
Zach Miller.
Martellus Bennett and
the Bears are going to continue
Oakland
their
Raiders.
track towards finishing the season defeated, and
Matt 14. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of Matt 14, Martellus.
we're gonna get beat by the
Miller.
Raiders. The Raiders are going to give us the
I
business.
feel like we're gonna see a lot of 2 tight end this game.
Jimmy Clausen is he is what
He's
they
not a
said.
starting quarterback.
They are what they thought they were.
He's not a quarterback.
It's crazy because it's like when like all the decent semi decent backups in the league. And
by the way, speaking of backups, don't you guys think that DirecTV commercial with Luke McCown?
No, it's
kind of fun?
Verizon.
Is that Verizon?
Yeah.
Does you think that's kind of ironic that he has a backup commercial and then a week later Drew Brees gets hurt and now he's the backup starting? Like,
I think Drew Brees is going to start this week, but anyways.
I think
he's practicing.
All right, Houston and Atlanta. I'm taking the Falcons. Sweep.
Yeah. I'm taking the Falcons just solely based on because Houston doesn't score points.
I don't think, and they don't have anyone to stop Julio Jones either.
They don't have a shutdown guy.
Yeah, they don't have a shutdown
but
they have a really good run defense.
They have a really good pass rush too. I mean, they got J.J. Watt, they got Javion Clowney. He hasn't really done anything.
Clowney's coming back.
Yeah, but the way Matt Ryan's playing football, he's getting the ball out of there. Roddy White looks just non-existent in that offense.
Leonard Hagerson's
he's just basically out there to run block.
Because it's Julio Jones.
Roddy White's not. He's getting up there, man.
He's out there to run block.
He was rookie when Vic was there.
Yeah.
Think about it, dude.
I know,
that's how long Roddy White's been in the league.
I know he's been there since 06, 05. 06.
Yeah, he was his rookie season was a Vic season. He's been in the league since Vic was there, and Vic
has been in the league about 20 years.
I mean, Vic spent 2 years in prison.
He's been there for a while.
Yeah, he's been there a while.
And then you could put all the injuries the last few years.
Yeah, Kansas City and Cincinnati.
Ooh,
that is going to be a great
game of the week.
Game of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week. I'm going.
I'm taking Kansas City.
Cincinnati.
I think Kansas City's going to play desperate because
Andy Dalton's playing amazing right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kansas City. I think Jamal Charles has a really big game. Mega big.
I think it's gonna be like a battle of the running backs. It's
battle of the running backs.
Jeremy Hill and
Jeremy Hill's underperforming this year.
Yeah, he had one good game and then he fumbled it a bunch of times.
Does Kansas City have anyone to stop AJ Green? Because
they have a couple. They have
a couple guys.
I mean, they got Marcus Cooper. I mean, they're not playing against Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure their corners won't get embarrassed every play.
Yeah, I mean.
Just Andy
it's gonna be a really good game though.
Yeah, please don't compare Andy Dalton to Aaron Rodgers.
You didn't even let me finish.
I
was never gonna say Andy Dalton compare Andy Dalton to Aaron Rodgers, but you talk like Andy Dalton is a scrub. You talk like he can't get the ball out.
He's a top 5 quarterback
this year. He's a very good regular season quarterback, but he crumbles
in the playoffs. Yeah,
he doesn't
not good in the playoffs.
Yes, he does. He crumbles.
The team as a whole crumbles.
He throws picks all the time.
The team as a whole crumbles.
Look at his touchdown.
It's not just his fault. It's not just him.
Look at his touchdown interception ratio.
It's not just
in those
him.
Playoff games.
It's not just him.
Really bad.
The team crumbles.
Andy Dalton crumbles.
Andy Dalton crumbles.
Say that. I would. It's a team. Football's a team effort.
But it's so much dependent on the quarterback position to play well in playoff games, especially in playoff games.
The team
when the pressure's on and big moments.
I mean, the last 2-3 seasons. I mean, he's had AJ Green. He hasn't performed well in the playoffs either.
Exactly.
I mean,
the team crumbles. It's not just him.
The playoffs start, and it's a different level of football.
Yeah. It's not just him. The team crumbles.
I'm taking Kansas City. Who are you taking?
I'm going Cincinnati.
I'm going Cincy on this one.
Okay. Cleveland, San Diego. I'm taking the Chargers.
The Chargers.
I think it won't be that close.
Sweep it under.
Green Bay and San Francisco. I'm taking Green Bay, and this would be my lock
Roll
of the
down
week.
the berries. Roll down the barrels. Berries, barrels. It doesn't even matter what they are rolling
Colin
down.
Kaepernick is going to get eaten alive by
They're
that
rolling
defense.
down touchdowns because that's what Aaron Rodgers is doing all day long.
I feel like his best games have just so happened to come against Green Bay. I don't know why. But I just feel like his best games have always come against Green Bay.
I think
Colin
Kaepernick is Green Bay's kryptonite.
He is
for some reason
Green Bay's kryptonite, but they don't have like half their Ayupati's gone, Anthony Smith's gone. Half their offensive line is gone.
And they don't have that defense.
They don't have that good defense no more. Frank Gore's gone.
Michael
Hyde. Their wide receivers aren't that great. Vernon Davis isn't
old.
Is just
he's
not that great anymore.
He's been non-existent the last first 3 games.
So, Colin Kaepernick
Vernon Davis might be a free agent in your fantasy league right now. That's how bad Vernon Davis has been.
I know, but in Colin Kaepernick, he just doesn't have all the throws that you would want your quarterback to have. He doesn't have a back shoulder throw. He doesn't have a good. He doesn't have a good fade throw.
He doesn't. But it just seems like he makes it's like the plays he needs to make. He just are we playing Green Bay? Okay, I can make these plays now. That's what it seems like. Think about it.
He's
not gonna make those plays against this Green Bay defense.
Your guys' defense right now is just
really good.
The way you guys are able to press the quarterback, moving Clay Matthews around all over your guys. It's
Julius
hard
Peppers.
to scheme for Clay Matthews right now because you never know where he's going to be. It's like Troy Polamalu for the Steelers back in the day. Clay Matthews playing that role.
Yeah, sometimes they put him next to Julius Peppers, and when you got Julius Peppers and Clay Matthews on just one side, rushing the quarterback, getting after the quarterback.
Or they can put him at the middle and have him play outside linebacker, which is why we got that Jay Cutler on that pick that cost us the game.
Yeah, I mean,
your guys' defense is playing incredible.
Yeah, they're playing pretty good, and then you got B.J. Raji up front. The last few times that Kaepernick's
he looks
been playing,
slimmed down.
B.J. Raji looks really good. So
Green Bay's gonna win the game, obviously, but
you think it'll be closer than people think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Kaepernick will break a couple, but
because I think Kaepernick is going to be able to use his legs. Think about the first couple games, the Packers haven't really played a quarterback with that mobility. Because I feel like Kaepernick can use his legs.
I feel like
he can use his legs to escape certain situations that a Cutler can't or a Alex Smith
I mean,
can't.
they beat Seattle first game, so this guy's pretty mobile, Russell Wilson. And then the
thing is, Russell Wilson doesn't look to run first.
I don't know. I think that running era of the NFL is running quarterback era of the NFL is over.
We say that all the time. There's always that one quarterback that just comes through.
I think that was a phase, and I think that's over. That option read stuff has been totally snuffed out by defenses. They have that shit
I
down.
said that I said that because remember it was the Wildcat.
Yeah.
It was
Miami.
And then with Miami because Nick Saban brought that to Miami.
Rex Ryan. Or not Rex
Ryan. No, Nick Saban.
Yeah.
When he was the college, he came to college and he started running that Wildcat. And then they started using that read option a lot with Robert Griffin. They got Robert Griffin and Colin Kaepernick and all those guys.
And the Wildcat had a brief comeback when Tony Sparano was coaching
the
Dolphins.
Sparano, yeah.
And it worked because they had the personnel for it. They had
Ronnie Brown.
They had Ronnie Brown.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush, I think was
no Reggie Bush was on New Orleans.
The running back that Ricky Williams was.
There we go.
Yeah, Ronnie Brown.
It worked.
Ricky Williams.
Yeah, because you had the personnel that can do it. Ronnie Brown could throw touchdowns. Ronnie Brown.
He was okay in injuries.
Minnesota and Denver. I'm taking Denver. I don't think Adrian Peterson gets 100 yards in this game either.
His last two games,
defense. We're gonna talk about the defense. That defense is big time.
That is the best defense.
That is the best defense in the league right now. Yeah.
They have 2 shutdown corners. They got 2 dominant
Von
pass
Miller and DeMarcus Ware.
They're stacked at every single line on the defense. They got this.
Talib and Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah, I'm going.
T.J. Ward.
I'm going with
T.J. Ward at safety. Woo.
I'm going with them. I don't like you said. Their defense is too stacked.
Trevathan.
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, they have a linebacker named Brandon Marshall.
They have a linebacker named Brandon Marshall.
Their defense is too stacked. And
does he have the same problems as Brandon Marshall?
And
he's not schizo.
No.
Teddy Bridgewater doesn't. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater had he's not there yet. He's not there.
Teddy Bridgewater, yeah.
He's not there yet.
You would think, well, give him some time to establish more of that running game, have those defenses fear Adrian Peterson. That'll open up Kyle Rudolph a lot.
Yeah.
And they just don't have that wide receiver, though.
They need to have. They got Mike Wallace.
They got Mike Wallace, but they're not using them.
They're not using Mike Wallace in a way that's appropriate.
I don't think the last two teams he's been on, the teams haven't used Mike Wallace.
Miami kind of they utilized him
but he never was.
Mike Wallace, if he goes back to Pittsburgh,
game over.
Game over. Him, they'll probably win the Super Bowl that year because you have him and Antonio Brown.
Along with the other guys.
Along with
Martavius Bryant.
Wow, dude. Wow. It's almost like James Jones going back to the Green Bay Packers.
Are you taking Denver?
Yeah, I'm taking Denver. Landslide.
Okay.
The only way Denver loses this game is if Peyton Manning throws a couple ducks. And
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that'll happen.
Minnesota takes him back the other way.
Dallas and New Orleans.
Ooh.
Drew Brees is questionable.
That's the night game. That's the night game.
Decision.
Can this game end in a tie? No, I'm just
playing. I'm gonna say Drew Brees starts and New Orleans gets.
I don't know.
If Drew Brees starts, they win.
I don't. Because I don't know this. I don't know the situation with how that's because I know Drew Brees is practicing.
He's practicing. I'm pretty sure.
But Luke McCown's numbers last week, they weren't bad.
But they ran a very conservative offense. And they didn't allow Luke McCown to lose the game.
He was 31. He was like 31 for 38. He had like 330 passing yards, but he threw one interception, trying to go deep for a touchdown. So
that interception was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. It wasn't a bad throw. It was just a great play.
Oh, when he picked it up,
it wasn't a bad throw. It was a great play. And Dallas, Brandon Weeden, he was like that. They were showing me some.
That was against Carolina.
That was against Carolina.
Yeah. Carolina.
Right? They were and Brandon Weeden, they was showing me some against Atlanta. Joseph Randle was running the ball like
in the first half.
In the first half, and it's just like that second half, and it's just like.
Down.
It's just like wow.
I mean, it's the NFL. They're gonna make adjustments.
He had 3 touchdowns. Randall had 3 touchdowns in the first half, and it's just like wow.
The only thing about Randall that I don't like is that they're not giving him the ball, 20, 30 times. They're giving some of his carries to Darren McFadden, which annoys me because it's like Joseph Randall.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think
second half
is Sean Lee hurt? Didn't he get hurt that game?
He's got a concussion. I think I don't know his situation. To be honest with you.
Sean Lee's hurt. He's the heart and soul of that defense.
If I had to guess, I would say he's gonna play.
Sean Lee's the heart and soul. Without it's if you just take Sean Lee off of that defense, it's just like they're missing.
Well, I mean, they haven't had Sean Lee really in 3 seasons. So
and honestly, they don't even have half their key guys. Randy Gregory's still hurt.
They got Greg Hardy's.
Hardy's coming back next week, so they're still missing him. If Sean Lee's out, you're looking at 3 of your top defenses.
So are you taking New Orleans?
I don't know. I really don't. It's too many questions marks. If Drew Brees plays, then I'm going New Orleans. If Luke McCown plays, I'm still leaning towards New Orleans because I don't I don't see why
I'm gonna go Dallas.
I don't see why that first half against you had them on the ropes and all you had to do was deliver 1 or 2 punches and Atlanta was done.
Atlanta was done. This is the thing with me and Dallas right now. I'm gonna go Dallas this game, by the way. Okay, this is the thing with me and Dallas. If Brandon Weeden can just win half these games, that's a win for them.
Yeah,
that's a win for them.
You can make the same thing with Vic.
If they can win half their games, that's a win.
Because that division is the most open division in football.
AFC North and NFC East.
Not the NFC North.
The NFC East.
The NFC East. Yeah.
The NFC East. None of those teams are really all that good. Dallas is.
If they're healthy, Dallas is probably
that is the most open division in football. Every week, you have every week is the question. Okay, well.
Which of these teams?
Who's gonna win it? Because even with Washington and all the problems they have, they could still win the NFC East, and that's sad.
That is sad.
Because a lot of those teams in that division, you have to always ask yourself which of those teams is actually going to show up, because you never know.
You have 2 versions of the team. You have the
really good version, and they have
I could see all those teams being almost tied or being 1 game down from each other. Halfway through the season, and it'll come down to halfway through the season who's going to win that division.
Probably Dallas.
How about the NFC South, though? How about the NFC South?
Atlanta's got that one locked up.
You think Carolina?
Carolina's undefeated too.
Right.
Atlanta got that locked up.
I don't know, man.
I think Atlanta. I think Atlanta.
You going the answer to that question is going to come when they play each other.
I think Atlanta's
got this one locked up.
I don't know about all that, but
yeah.
I think Atlanta's a better team. I don't think they have the Division 1 today.
The last time I said Carolina's gonna win the division, you looked at me like I was crazy and said Atlanta's balling right now. Atlanta's gonna win that division. Now, when I said you gonna flip flop, you a fluke, bro. You know
the only thing with Carolina,
I've been on them.
The only thing with
But
Carolina,
I'm not ready to say that Atlanta's got the division already. It's so early.
Greg Olsen on the same echelon as, in terms of tight ends, same echelon as Julio Jones as is to wide receivers? Not at all. You think?
No, dude.
Greg Olsen is a top 3 tight end.
He's
he's the third best tight end. I go Gronk. No, he's a top 4 tight end. Gronk, Jimmy Graham, Travis Kelce, and
I would take Jason Witten over Olsen, but it's close.
I don't know about Jason Witten over Olsen.
It's close.
I would take Witten over Olsen.
I wouldn't take.
But I think it's close.
It's close. But I would take Witten over Olsen.
I think Martellus Bennett's in that conversation too.
Yeah.
No. Not a top 5 tight end.
Yes.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
How about Delaney Walker? He's better than Martellus Bennett.
No, he's not Delaney Walker.
Delaney Walker, he could line up anywhere.
If Jordan Reed was healthy all the time, I would take Jordan Reed.
Yeah, but Delaney Walker is also a better blocker than Martellus Bennett.
True.
That's it. That's about it.
You can even he's called a Swiss Army knife for a reason. You can even line him up in the backfield and be a fullback. That's how versatile Delaney Walker is.
We shouldn't have let Greg Olsen go.
The Bears. The Chicago Bears.
Colin Davis,
Oh,
yeah. Dude, how often does that happen? Where we have a really good player, and then we got this guy's going to come up and be like the next guy. So we trade away the guy for the other guy, and the other guy becomes
the guy.
The other guy becomes a bust.
He's not even on the team anymore.
That happened with Thomas Jones. It happened with Greg Olsen. Thomas Jones.
Oh man, yeah. Thomas Jones still had some years in him.
Yeah, dude. He went to the Jets, dude, and played well. Oh, right.
Got one more game.
Detroit and Seattle. I'm taking. I don't know. I'm gonna take Seattle because it's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle.
Yeah, and I think this will be the dagger that puts away the Lions. Their season will be over.
Think so?
Yeah.
It'll be 4-0, 0-4.
Stafford's
beat up,
injured.
Good. Calvin Johnson looks like he lost a step or two.
Yeah, but he's getting up there. I
mean,
how long can he be the best receiver?
How long can he be?
I don't think he's the best receiver anymore.
No, I think he's still in
Antonio Brown.
He's in the conversation with those
Antonio
guys,
Brown is like.
I mean, as long as
Antonio Green and Antonio Brown and AJ Green.
As long as he's still
Jones,
playing, you have to throw his name out there because like Muzz was saying the same thing about Larry Fitzgerald and like.
What's he gonna do? I want to see what he does against Richard Sherman.
That's all I want to see.
Cam Chancellor and all those guys. I think this might be some good motivation for Calvin Johnson to have a really monstrous game.
But
it doesn't matter. Like none of that matters if they can't get the ball to him.
Their offensive line is not going to be able to block. For
they
Stafford,
can't run the ball either.
Like that's exactly like that. None of that matters if you none of that matters if they can't get the ball to Calvin Johnson. Like end of the story.
And they're not doing like how like before they would always be those plays where they would like Matthew Stafford drop back and you just chuck it like
up there.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson. They don't. I don't think Calvin Johnson can jump like that anymore.
Funniest thing. I saw I follow the Not Sports Center page on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was like Matt Stafford's 3 top plays, like Hail Mary to Calvin Johnson. Throwing the interception while throwing the Hail Mary to Calvin Johnson. And throwing it up and praying Calvin Johnson catches the ball.
I mean, that's their offense, man. To be honest
we're just going to chuck it up and hope Calvin Johnson comes down with it.
But on a more personal note, like
they got
Golden Tate is on that team. Golden Tate played for Seattle, and Seattle got rid of Golden Tate. So I kind of feel like Golden Tate's going to come back like
Golden Tate led the league last year in yards after catch.
And he still does this year, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think he does this year as well. He made an amazing move last week against Denver.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Where he went inside and came back outside. Yeah. Oh man, that was nice. That was amazing.
All right, so who are you taking? I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going Seattle too. Sweep that.
I'm not giving a score, but
I'm not gonna give a score, but I mean,
think it'll be close.
It'll be a close game. Seattle come out.
I think Detroit has a good defense too, though. I mean, I think it'll be a slow scoring.
They have a very underrated defense.
Yeah.
The silver bullet. I've always said it.
Haloti now is kind of.
But they don't have that dominant corner. I think they've always kind of been looking for it. Like they got Rasheed Mathis dusting him off. Like
you guys got to remember, this Detroit team was a playoff team last year, and they could have won that division last year.
They could have won that playoff game. If they
that play.
Brandon Pettigrew.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that right now.
It's like karma for what happened the week
after. Yeah, what happened to karma. All the Dallas fans out there that want to talk about, man, that play against Green Bay, that was BS. Well, it was BS, but that play against Detroit was BS too.
They throw the flag and they pick it up without it.
Right, exactly. That was ridiculous.
But that play in Green Bay was more BS than that one.
No
way.
You took away.
Did you watch that Brandon Pettigrew?
Yes,
like that was like pass interference all
day.
The way. Like all day, it was pass interference.
Yeah, they called
the only day it wasn't pass interference
times.
was that day.
Yeah. And I think that's because Jerry Jones might have been. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. That's not cool. That's not cool.
You know what the rule is? Like you have to complete the process of the catch. And when he came down with the football, he lost control, and that's the way the rule is written. That's exactly what the rule says, and that's how it's interpreted. If you want to, you got to catch it. You got to go through the ground.
But Des Bryant's done that countless times before, and the only day it wasn't a catch was that day.
You gotta hold on to
He does that every game.
I mean he should have learned his lesson watching that Calvin Johnson play against the Bears.
With
that
Calvin
one
Johnson,
season,
first
week.
But Calvin Johnson actually put the ball on the grass. Like he actually touched the ground.
He stood up with it. And then he
the ball was still in Des Bryant's arm. But it was still in his arm. Like. So that's the difference.
I was looking at that play again
and
again and over and over and over.
It's not a catch.
It's not a catch.
It's not.
Technically, it's not because he was still trying to stretch out.
I feel like that's the worst.
But the problem is that all of these receivers right now are just so ridiculously athletic that they're able to make all of these moves while in the air, and they don't finish the completion by coming down. So they don't ever complete the catch because they're always trying to fight that extra yards, and then they end up.
And that's what Des Bryant does. Every time he catch the ball, he's fighting for extra yards.
Yeah.
So you can't get mad at him for that.
I'm not mad at him. It is what it is. All right. So, anything else you guys want to
add? See y'all next week.
Any predictions for this week or anything like that? I'm gonna make a prediction. I know Phillip Rivers has been turning the ball over like crazy this year, but this is the week Phillip Rivers throws 4 touchdowns, has a remarkable game this week.
My fantasy team would like that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there because just something to say. I think Phillip Rivers is gonna have a remarkable game this week. One of those really great games.
So your prediction is Ndamukong Suh's gonna break out of his little.
I don't know if that's really a prediction. He should get a sack. I don't know.
If
I had a prediction, I'd be like Jamal Charles rushes for 200 yards tomorrow.
That's a big prediction.
That is really a big prediction. 200 yards?
200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, I'm saying
200 all-purpose yards.
Okay. Now I can believe it. All-purpose because you're catching the ball?
Yeah, 200 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns.
What about you, TJ?
The Bears win this week.
Oh, okay. We're going to leave the show on that note.
This is a Triangle signing out. Have a good weekend.